Hello, thank you for being here. This video I'm making for the LA fires that are going on right now in January of 2025. I'm going to be showing you or leading you through 3 techniques to calm your nervous system or reset your nervous system. Just a word of caution, these techniques, while they're great in the moment, they're not a long-term solution, just what we're doing here today. You may need to seek further help in the long term. But for right now, this is to help you bring yourself back to your clarity, to your wisdom, and to your peace, no matter what it is that's been going on, whether you have lost your home, lost a loved one, or your belongings, you're a relative of someone who has lost your home, or someone who's near the fires and you're very worried. For the first responders and anyone working in the California area who is deeply affected by this. So we're going to do 3 techniques. The first one is going to be a tapping routine. This is not going to be the tapping that you normally see. That's really valid and I love doing it, but let's just jump into it. It's a very shortened version of the tapping routine, and we're going to start simply like we normally do by tapping on the side of the hand just a few times. Okay, great. And then you're going to tap right here on the corner of the eyebrow above the bridge of your nose. Awesome. And now you're going to tap under your eye. Good. And under your arm, just like this. Yes. Good. Okay, and now right alongside the collarbone. You can do both sides if you like. Okay, and now between your pinky and your ring finger, just bring your hands between the tendons right there and just tapping right there. And we're just going to do some simple eye movements that will help with trauma processing, with hurt processing, with how you've stored things in your brain. So you're just going to close your eyes and open your eyes. And you're going to look down to one corner of the room without moving your head and back to center. Down to the other corner of the room and back without moving your head. And now you're just going to look straight up in the air without moving your head with your eyes, just like I'm doing here. And you're going to roll your eyes down around like a clock. So to the 11 o'clock spot, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, all the way straight down. 5, coming up the other side. 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way straight to the top. And now we're going to go back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, straight down to 6. And now we're going to come up the first side. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Great. Now we're going to go back to tapping on the eyebrow and then under the eye. And then we're going to tap under the arm once again. Great. And then we're going to tap that collarbone spot. And we're going to tap back here one more time, but this time we're not going to do the eye movements. We're just going to tap about 50 times. So just keep tapping with me. I'll count 50 of them. Okay, that was definitely more than 50, given that we started tapping a little bit earlier, and I lost count. Okay, the second technique, just kind of take a moment before we do that and notice how you're feeling. Are you calmer? Are you feeling a little bit more relaxed in your shoulders, in your chest, in your back, maybe in your heart area? Okay, so let's move on to the second technique. And this is just, this is called tappus acupressure, but we're not going to do the full technique. We're just going to hold the tapas acupressure pose. Don't worry about what that is. I'm going to show you what that is. So you're going to take one hand or the other, and you're going to take your middle finger and you're going to place it right on where your third eye is. And you're going to take your ring finger and your thumb and you're going to put it over the bridge of your nose, just like that. Don't worry if you can't get this quite right, and you'll let these other two fingers float. If it's not exact, it's not to be worried about. Just do this as best you can. And then you'll take the opposite hand and you'll place it behind your head, behind the bump on your head. And just breathe. And just focus your attention inside your head, just in the center of your brain. If you can just put your attention there for just about a minute. Just breathing normally. Good. Just notice how you're feeling. Notice what's going on around your body. Great. Okay, just about 10 more seconds. Perfect. That's awesome. So what I want to share with you about that is that as you do that, you're going to feel calmer in your mind. You'll have more clarity. You'll have access to your wisdom, to answers that you need, even if it just helps you get to sleep tonight. That's awesome. One of the other things about this is for your children, or your spouse or your partner or anyone, you can work with them and this video and do this with them. If you can tap on someone else, like at the beginning, or you can actually hold this pose for somebody else by putting them in that pose with your hands on their back of their head and their third eye and the bridge of their nose. So you can do that for your loved ones as well. This final one, you're going to want to usually just do on your own. You're going to take your hands and you're going to place them over your heart. And this is called a heart lock or a heart coherence technique. And it's going to take about 5 minutes. There's going to be a lot of silence in this video while we do this, because you're just going to be focusing your attention right here on the center of your chest. You might think of that as your heart chakra or your heart center. There's a large bundle of nerves that are there, and you're going to be focusing your attention while breathing normally. And when I say breathing normally, I don't mean you have to change your breath. If your breath is anxious or your breath is calm or somewhere in between, that's perfectly fine. Just notice your breath as it is, going in and out through that heart space. So let's begin. Just placing your hands over your heart center. You can close your eyes if you want. And just take a breath in and a breath out. And allow your breath to be just as it is, and notice it as you also notice your heart center. Good. You might feel calmer. You might feel more anxious. And that's okay. You just stay with this. Good. You might imagine either light or love just expanding from the center of your chest, from the center of your heart center, getting larger, glowing, and filling your body. And now you might, using your imagination, send this light and love out to someone you love. Perhaps someone else who's affected by the fires, perhaps someone you know personally affected by the fires. Perhaps it's a child or your children, a spouse, a partner. Maybe it's someone who's working on fighting the fires, who's out there trying to put the fires out, and sending that love to them, that light to them, and imagining it enveloping their body entirely. And just, if that's what you've chosen to do, go ahead and do that. Good. Now you can just hold on to this, where you can start to bring that light back into your own body, continuing to have it surround you, so that you feel calmer. Okay. Now in a moment, not just yet, I'm going to have you come back into the room or the space where you're in. You'll be able to drop your hands and relax. And I'll talk for just a moment more. And now at the end, just take a nice, easy, deep breath. And at your pace, relax your hands to your legs, if you're sitting, to your sides, if you're standing, or you're laying down, and just slowly open your eyes as you're ready. And I'll continue to talk for a moment. So these three techniques, these three energy healing techniques, if you will, are designed to bring calm to your body and to your mind and to your heart. And our hearts and our minds are so connected. And when something like this happens, we've experienced a great loss, it is a trauma, and it does feel awful. And we get out of sync, and we are filled with worry and being unsure. We don't know what's going to happen next. So we need to bring our nervous system back into alignment. And like I said at the beginning of the video, these are not the end all. This is meant to be a triage, if you will, something to help you in the moment, to bring your nervous system back, reset it to a calm space, so that you can go about the daily activities that you need to go about today. And I want to thank you for watching this. It's here for you. You can use it again and again, as much as you need to. Use it before you are going to sleep at night, when you wake up in the morning, when you're just feeling out of sorts and like you can't possibly to another thing. I'm Michael Messmer. Thank you very much.